The Shadow and the Spark. In the heart of the emerald woods stood a banyan tree so large its branches touched the clouds. This was the kingdom of the crows, ruled by the brave King Vikram. For years, the crows lived in peace, enjoying the morning sun and the sweet forest fruits. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, a different kind of power stirred in the shadows. From the jagged cliffs of the iron crags, the owls emerged. Their leader, King Bubo, was a giant with golden eyes that could see through the deepest gloom. Every night, while the crows were blind and helpless in the dark, Bubo and his army would swoop down. The crows were strong in the day, but they were no match for the owls' midnight might. King Vikram called a meeting in the safety of the dawn. "We cannot fight them with wings and talons," he sighed, his head bowed. "They are too strong in the night." He turned to Covey, the oldest and wisest of all the crows. Covey's feathers were gray with age, but his eyes sparkled with a sharp, hidden light. "We need a bridge, not a wall," Covey whispered. Covey shared a secret plan that sounded like madness. He told the crows that they must pretend to turn against him. To defeat a stronger enemy, one must first become a shadow in their world. He would go to the owl's cave alone, pretending to be an outcast who hated his own kind. "Trust the strategy," Covey insisted, "and wait for my signal." The next day, the forest watched in shock as King Vikram and the other crows began to peck at Covey, chasing him away from the banyan tree. It was all a play, but Covey played his part perfectly, falling to the forest floor and tumbling toward the iron crags. Vikram watched him go with a heavy heart, hoping the owls would take the bait. At the entrance of the owl's deep, dark cave, King Bubo found the wounded Covey. "The crows have cast me out," Covey wailed, his voice cracking. "They are weak and cruel. Let me serve you, great King Bubo, and I will tell you all their secrets." Bubo looked down at the shivering crow and felt a surge of pride. He decided to keep Covey as his servant. For weeks, Covey lived at the mouth of the cave. He was polite and helpful, always praising King Bubo's strength. The owls began to trust him, thinking he was a harmless old bird who truly hated the crows. Bubo often sat with him in the twilight, listening to Covey's stories, never realizing that Covey was memorizing every corner of the cave and every habit of the owls. Every day, Covey would fly into the forest and return with dry twigs and brittle grass. "I am building a nest to keep the cave entrance warm for your majesty," Covey told Bubo. The owls laughed at the busy crow, watching him pile higher and higher stacks of tinder right at their front door. They didn't realize they were watching their own trap being built. One afternoon, when the sun was at its hottest and the owls were in their deepest sleep, Covey saw his moment. He flew to the highest peak and gave a long, sharp caw. High above, King Vikram was waiting. He dived through the air, carrying a small, smoldering twig taken from a nearby forest fire started by the summer heat. Vikram dropped the burning twig onto the massive pile of dry grass Covey had built. In seconds, the entrance of the cave was filled with thick, swirling smoke. The owls, trapped inside and blinded by the light of the day, could not escape. King Vikram and Covey watched from the safety of the banyan tree. They had one not with claws, but with the clever spark of a brilliant mind.